What's up, guys? It has been a long time. I have not posted a video in a long time. That is because just short little life update. I've been very busy. I've been moving, had a lot of stuff going on, but I'm in the new place. I have everything set up. I've got the gaming setup done. I've got my setup to do these commentaries. So I'm kind of back to the point now where I can make some videos, and so maybe expect to start seeing videos coming back out. We are past the era of silence on the channel, but another update here is that I finally added a no assists tier to the F1 league that I run, and what you're seeing here is my first race in that tier. We've got a grid of 5 drivers here for the first race of the season. And hopefully that grows. We had like eight or nine people I think sign up for this tier, and I would hope that on a weekly basis we get more people showing up. But for this race we have 5. Um, and I'll show you, of course, the race, and I'll tell you a lot more about the race. But I will just go ahead and say it was a lot of fun. I had a really good time, and I'm looking forward to continuing this. And I'm looking forward to hopefully doing better, because one thing I will say is that after reviewing my race footage after the race and reviewing the race footage of some of the other people who were in the race, Juzzy and Hal, I've seen both of their onboards, and Hal, has been my teammate for what, 3 seasons now, 3 or 4 seasons throughout different divisions in this league, and he was a lot faster than me in this race. He was also taking pretty much every turn in a different gear than I was, so maybe there's something to learn from that. I can certainly improve, and again, I'll show you the race, but I don't win, so you can take from that there is room for improvement. But for now, I've just got to do what I can right in this race. So not a very good qualifying session for me. I'm starting P4 here. It was wet, which I'm not very good in the wet, and I was using the dry race setup. So, of course, the other guys probably were too, so I don't know that that's really an excuse. But that was the situation, and I thought maybe I had a shot at Juzzy, but ended up a couple tenths behind him, something like 4 or 5 tenths behind him, and couldn't make it up. And then you see Sailor J, who's a new guy to the league. He just joined about a week before the season started, I want to say, something like that. And he gets a better start than me, gets past me. I'm on the inside line. I should have tried to get out to the outside line as soon as possible and sort of take the racing line into the first corner, but instead I was kind of on the inside, and I was focusing on being a little smart, I guess you would say. Just trying not to get into a tangle in the first corner, because as they say, to win you first, or to finish first, you first have to finish, I think is the saying. And I certainly took that to heart and did my best to try to finish the race. But the result here is that I end up in 5th place, the back of the pack, early on in the first lap, and I'm trying to dig myself out of a hole. The good news, though, is with everybody using no assist, I think there is quite a bit more expectation that somebody will make a mistake, mess up, do something that will open the door for me. And you see one right there. Not sure exactly what happened, but Juzzy spins, and I try to re-enter as safely as possible. I've got this red arrow from Sailor J there, and just try to stay out in front of him. I wouldn't say, I mean, I could have gained much more time in that corner, but I tried to take the smart approach and ended up going a little long, and was very, very sort of not timid, but very careful coming back onto the track. And maybe could have gained a little bit of time and get out of his DRS range very quickly. But at the end of the day, I wasn't able to do that. So you see, going into lap 4 here, Sailor J got much better exits than me throughout this race. And there are a couple times when either he's behind me or I'm behind him, and either I thought I should have been able to catch him, or I was amazed that he was able to catch me. And he was just getting much better exits. I'm very curious about what his setup was, because it seems to me like I had a lot more grip through the S's here, but it seems like his top speed was higher. And even when I was full battery, even when I had DRS and I was using battery, I was really unable to stick with him and catch him. So I think maybe there's a little bit of setup there. And I will say that I typically take a more conservative approach to the setup because frankly I value the stability over the speed. And I've found that when I go too far in the direction of the speed, I am prone to spinning and making errors and putting myself into situations I don't want to be in where I can't finish the race. So I try to do what I can to balance that out, but at the end of the day, I end up usually taking a more conservative approach. Unfortunately for me, lap 11 here, PCC Godley pits for the hard tires, and he comes out directly in front of me. I don't know if they planned this, if Godley and Sailor J planned this. They are both teammates on Aston Martin. But I was in big trouble here. He's on these cold, hard tires, and I end up losing, like, I don't know, something like a second to Sailor J while I'm behind PCC Godley. And I don't know that, I mean, Godley's faster than I am anyway, but on the hard tires there, I should be faster than him. And if it was a different track, I probably would have been able to overtake him. But in this situation, going through the S's at Suzuka, I had no hope really. Fast forward one lap, I'm decently behind Sailor J. You see me go into the pits here, get the purple optimal turn in, and hit the clutch, release the clutch, and I'm out with a 2.2 second stop, which we like. Coming out of the pits, I'm now behind everybody else on track. I'm about 12 seconds behind Juzzy, 28 seconds behind Sailor J. And my hope here is that I can make up some time and maybe get a successful undercut on Sailor J. And I honestly got pretty close to it, closer to it than I thought I would be able to do. He comes out around a second in front of me, again on cold hard tires, and I recognize, hey, this is the time. If I'm going to overtake him, I've got to do it now while his tires are cold. I've got to get past him and get up down the racetrack as much as I can before he gets his tires warm. But unfortunately, I really just couldn't. In this first sector and the second sector here, I just had no hope. Really, I think the only opportunity for me in this race to overtake was, I guess, at the end of Sector 2 going into 130R, and then the DRS zone on the pit straight. But I don't know that I actually had any overtakes at either one of those in this race. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I did not have any overtakes at either one of those spots. If you look at the timing, I'm within a second of Sailor J here, so I should be getting DRS. You see me hit the battery there, but unfortunately, I'm using pretty much all the battery I have. I'm below 5% battery now. Take this corner flat. I'm still almost a full second behind him, and it just seems like it's not gonna happen. And I think at this point, I do hit the DRS here, but at this point I'd kind of resigned myself to just thinking, hey, I'm not going to be able to catch this guy, unfortunately. And the race became staying in front of Juzzy and trying to fend him off as much as I could and secure the P4. And hopefully maybe somebody in front of me makes a mistake. You never know. So Juzzy's in the softs. Interesting mad lad strategy from him. He goes medium to soft. And you see here, he cut that lead down by about 10 seconds. So he is like severely, incredibly making up time on me. And I am worried that he's going to catch me, but I do take solace from the fact that his softs are probably going to drop off in these last couple laps. And I should be able to hold him off provided I don't make any colossal mistakes. On the other hand, I've got Sailor J in front of me who seems to be coming back to me a little bit. A lot more than I expected. I thought that there was going to be no way that I could catch him, but I don't know exactly what happened. Quick thing on Juzzy there. You see him drop about 5 seconds. I think he had a bit of a moment behind me. I don't know if it was a full spin or a lockup. I don't know what it was, but it was enough to get him about 5 seconds more behind me and give me really no risk of being caught by him. Again, provided I don't make any mistakes. But going into the last lap here, you see that I'm within 0.6 of Sailor J. I'm already going just full throttle in terms of using the battery, and I'm hoping and praying that I can just stick on his gearbox, and if he makes a mistake, I can capitalize on it and slide past him. But He doesn't appear to be making any mistakes. He's holding me behind him, and again, the lap is not over, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm just gonna give it my best shot and hopefully be able to do something here. You see, Howe gets the win. My teammate, great for him. First win in this new no assist tier. I'm sure there will be many more to come. He's a very good driver, and I am sure that he'll win a lot more races here. And I would hope that maybe I could get up there on the podium with him. That's the goal. But today I'm going to need somewhat of a miracle from Sailor J to even make that happen. And as the remaining lap dwindles, my chances of getting past Sailor J and getting on the podium dwindle as well. Juzzy is safely 11 plus seconds behind me. It seems like he's going to have no shot at catching me. And those softs did drop off. Remember, he was around 10 seconds behind me, and I'm pretty sure that the a second and a quarter drop off of that was all as a result of the softs. So I do think even if he had gotten to me, I probably wouldn't have been able to get back past him just because the softs just didn't have the juice to make it all the way. But at the end of the day, I get P4. Great race with Sailor J. Really fun battle. Being terrified by Juzzy behind me. Congrats to my teammate, of course. And I hope that we can improve and do better next time.